friends, and welcome back to the channel for the midweek video and for the midweek surfactant for the face Fernboi Squad Up, and that is Soapy Bath Man Barbershop Quartet. This is unobtonium because Chris over at Soapy Bath Man has stopped making soaps, and that is a goddamn shame because he made some wonderful soaps. And this is no exception. If you like the smell of Brut, this is your huckleberry, if you can find it. Good luck trying to find this. Yeah. I was lucky enough to come by this by my brother Dave Charlebois. He sent it to me because he didn't like the scent. I love it, so he gave it to me. So thank you very much, because I was in dire need of a tub. I killed my first one rather quickly and had a ton of balm left. Going with the Spiffo Jackson. This is a 24 millimeter high white mountain badger. Or high mountain white badger. I always get that wrong. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, this is from my brother Marion. Marion did a wonderful tribute shave to me. So thank you, Marion. I do appreciate it. So, yeah, Spiffo brothers. Brother? Hope everybody's having a great week. Mine's going pretty good. Doing some recording. I'm getting another song done. Or starting another song. I got the main guitar tracks done, which is good. I was kind of nervous about, not nervous, but it's not really a difficult song to play, but part of the intro is kind of difficult. I have to grab a 6-string harmonic at the 12th fret, and I can't see my fret markers, so I have to just hit it by feel and hope it's the right harmonic, because if you don't hit the harmonic at the right fret, then it doesn't ring out and it doesn't work. And then I have to go back down to the 7th fret and play a little line. And then I have to go back up to the 12th fret harmonic, 6-string harmonic, back down to the 7th fret, back up to the 12th fret. And all you people that don't play musical instruments are looking at the screen going, what? When I put the song up, you'll know. It's in the very first part of the song. Anyway, it sounds very nice, very melodic. And happy to say I got it on the first fucking take. That being said, if I didn't, it is at the first part of the song. So it's within like the first minute of the song. So I knew that going into it. If I messed it up, it's not a big deal to, delete that. Just delete that recording, or, that track and start again, because it is at the first. It'd be worse if it was like right in the middle or right at the end and I messed it up, and then I'd have to, start from scratch, and I'd be very, very cranky. Anyway. So I got that done, and then I ran into some issues getting that done though. So my story times can be a bit music today. Love this brush. There's absolutely no scratch on this brush. I have to say, very, very nice. Really do love this shaving brush. Just feels so nice in the face. But anyway, I've been doing my tracks on my older iPhone, because my older iPhone has the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Because the reason I don't use my good iPhone to do the guitar tracks is I only have earbuds, and earbuds have a microphone. When you're in GarageBand and you're doing the audio recorder portion, which is either you're going to sing into your phone or you're recording a guitar amp, what have you, if I'm laying down the initial guitar track, I have the metronome going. I set the tempo of the song. So for instance, the song I'm doing is 130 beats per minute. So I go into the tempo section and I set my metronome tempo for 130 beats per minute. So when I hit that record button in my headphones, the entire song I'm hearing over and over again, with the one being accented. So it's like bang, 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 bang. And that way you know where the first part of the measure is, and it just keeps you playing in time. Traditionally you would, if you're recording an album, the musicians would get in the room and they would play the song in the studio, and the drum tracks would be the first thing recorded a lot of the times. So they'll be on the floor playing, so you get the guitars going, the bassist, the singer might sing the whole song, or he might just sing key parts so everybody knows where they're at. And while they're doing that, they're actually recording the drums. And the drums are usually the first track done, and then after that, then they start doing the individual pieces, like the guitars, the bass, and the vocals, and then they fill add-ins and solo and all that shit. But for me, I have to do the guitar first because it's only me. So I have to do the guitar with the metronome, and then I'll do guitar 2. If there's a second guitar, which most of my songs I do have a second guitar part just to fill out the song, add some other little licks. Then I'll do the bass, and the last thing I do is the drums. And I might start doing the drums in 2 takes because it's very hard to tap and do everything while I'm tapping and keep everything in time. So I might experiment. I might try and do like just the bass and snare for the entire song, and then maybe the crash cymbal, and then on a separate track, because I think I could do 8 separate tracks in GarageBand. So then, like track number, say 6 or 5, I'll go in and just do the cymbals, and that way I just got to worry about tapping on the hats or tapping on the ride. So we'll see if that approach works, because that might keep everything in better time. Anyway, whatever. So back to the point of the story. Using the audio recorder with my earbuds doesn't work, because as soon as I hit that record button, the microphone on the phone activates and the microphone on the earbuds activates, which means when I breathe, or if I move my head from side to side and the cord jiggles and bounces against my shirt, or it'll pick it up, or it'll pick up the string noise off the guitar, which means on that track you're going to hear the guitar coming out of the amp, like the distorted or clean guitar, but you also hear my strings ringing out, and it's not desirable. So, way to make a short story long. So going back, I was using the old phone because that had the 3.5mm jack. And I just got a cheap set of headphones, and I was using those to record the guitar tracks so I could hear the metronome and there was no extraneous noise being picked up. Well, so I went to do that the other day with this new song, and the metronome, I could see it flashing, but it wasn't sounding in the headphones, or it was just barely sounding in the headphones, so you could barely hear it. And I'm like, well, there's something wrong with GarageBand. So I backed out of that and went to a song I already had done, and that song was playing just fine. But then I recorded a bit of guitar, and then I played that back to the headphones, and it sounded like crap. I unplugged the headphones and it sounded fine, so then my headphones are screwed. So anyway, long story short, once again, my son has a dongle. I'm going to go with the KarveBrass 4-inch handle. It's the B plate safety bar, so 0.73mm blade gap, neutral blade exposure, and a second use Voscod. So anyway, my son has the dongle for his iPhone for the car. So the little dongle is a lightning to a 3.5mm jack for regular headphones, or the old style earbuds that didn't have the lightning connection. So I think what I'm going to try and do is, we have a gaming headset that I think you can either take the mic boom off or you can mute it. And shit, I made the soap a little too wet, but anyway, good and slick. So either you can mute it, or I can move it up out of the way, up above my head. So he's going to go out and grab his dongle, and I am going to try guitar track number 2 using the dongle and the gaming headset, and see how that works out. Because if that works out good, then that means I won't have to do tracks on one phone, get it to the cloud, and then finish the song on the other phone, because my main iPhone has the bigger screen, so it's easier to do the drums and the bass, plus that's where I share everything from. And then yeah, I can just do it all on one phone and just start ripping through stuff. Because I have this song to finish. I got another song that I wrote many moons ago that I have recorded on another app where I did live drums, but it's not, it was a very, very rough take. So I'm looking forward to getting that one done on GarageBand in high quality. And then I have Long Road Home, which is my intro on my shaving channel here. Well, that's actually just a blurb off of a full song. So I have that one to do. And I'm writing new material and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, and then I'm dreaming about gear. I'm still dreaming about this Vox amp, and I'm trying to figure out how to run it. This question goes to Mac, because I know Mac was a guitarist. I don't think I want to run full distortion. I'm thinking of getting a tube screamer, the ubiquitous Ibanez tube screamer. And then running that. Thinking if I get the Vox, I'm gonna run that clean on the very edge of breakup. So just where the amp's internal distortion from the speaker being driven is starting to kick in, and then you can roll your guitar volume back, and that signal will clean right up. And if you pick light, you'll have nice crisp cleans. But if you dig in on the guitar, it'll start to break up. And then if you have the tube screamer and then kick that on, that boosts the signal. And I think you can get damn near full out distortion with that. So what do you think about that, Mac? That's what I'm thinking. I'd like to try it out. I'd like to get into my local Long McQuaid and try that out, because I know that they have the amp I want and they have the tube screamer. I just don't know if you're actually allowed to go and try stuff out like that because of COVID right now. So I had to give them a call. Excuse me. I really like the Paisley Drive Deluxe. That's a $340 pedal. And you know, on top of a $1,000 amp. But the tube screamer, consequently, is only $114 for the mini, or $149 for the full-size pedal. So that's a fairly significant savings. So anyway, let me know what you think about that, Mac. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Now I just got to figure a way to pay for it all. Anyway, story time. So, Battle of the Bands, grade 12. The band's been established for a couple of years. Finally get to, well, we played a couple battles of bands without much success, but we had a new lineup in the band, and you know, we were very, very confident. We had to do a demo to get into the battle. We made it in, and feeling very good going into it, and played good, rocked our little asses off, but we were the first band up. Being the first band up at a Battle of the Bands, especially at your local high school, where the sound person wasn't that great, was not good for us. Because our sound was horrible. Because it was videotaped by the audiovisual department teacher, who was also putting on the Battle of the Bands. So it was kind of like a project for the audiovisual class. They recorded it, like did the videotape of it, and we all got a copy of it when it was done. And oh my God, it was just so horrible. And I think we got royally screwed over, because all you could hear was the vocals, the drums, and the bass. You could, and this is like, this is what the audience was hearing. You could just barely hear the guitars. You couldn't hear the guitar solos. It was horrible. But the monitor mix up on stage was great. We could hear everything just fine. But then when we realized that, we're like, oh no. Anyway, we ended up coming in second. But I think we got screwed over because the sound guy used us basically to get everything dialed in. And I think we got robbed of a victory, because I may be a bit biased, but the band that won, they were pretty good, but they weren't better than us. And now I know I'm sounding like, very, very salty, but I know they weren't better than us. Plus, they played a cover that they horribly butchered and almost I had to stop playing and start from scratch. That's how bad they messed up one of the songs in their 5-song set. And we didn't make any mistakes. So I say we got robbed. We got robbed because the judges couldn't hear the guitar. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's my short story. But I guess if you take into account all the recording talk, that's a bit of a story. Give you a little insight into how I do what I do. Just trying to go by feel and get spots I missed. Can't really see, but actually my eyes are not terrible right now. Bright residual slickness on this soap. Perfect soap for Fernboi week. Because this is, even though it says Barbershop, this is total Brut. And Brut is most definitely a fougere. One of my favorites, actually. I love the smell of Brut. There's two schools of thought when it comes to Brut. Those who love it and those who are wrong. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, shave is going very, very nicely. I think that's going to dehydrate down into a very, very nice BBS. And we're going to stop there because I'm pretty sure I'm going to start shaving off layers of skin here. So we're going to a cold water rinse. We're going to go into a post. And then I'm going to let you people go on about with your day. So let me know what you think. Comments below about another music video, or I'll do like a silent shave with one of my songs over it. I already have that figured out, how I'll do it. Because the next song I have on both my iPhones. So what I would do is I would just play the song in my pocket and just not speak for 5 minutes, and then when the song ends, then I could just stop the video and then restart it so I could talk again or whatever, you know what I mean? Do a 3-piece video. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for the support and all the comments on the first song. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very tough to put your music out there, or it is for me anyway. Going with the matching bomb. Level 2 menthol in this. I find it very tough. I mean, I shouldn't say tough, but there's a bit of trepidation because I'm very biased, right? It's my own music. I think it sounds fine. I think it sounds good. I know there was a couple mistakes here and there, but I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's not meant to be, you know, radio level, you know, or Spotify level production, right? If I was gonna, you know, do that, that would have to be done in the studio or by somebody else other than me, and have it done right, you know, with a real drum kit and all that shit, right? So anyway, so I do appreciate all the kind comments. It makes me feel very, very good. Kind of validates a little bit of what I'm doing. And yeah, so there's always that part as a musician, because most musicians, I think, would tell you that they're never quite happy with what they produce or put out, because that's just the way musicians work. We're kind of like, no, that was crap or hot garbage or whatever, and then everybody else is like, yeah, like, holy shit, that was great, you know what I mean? So anyway, thank you very much for the support. I do appreciate it. I said that song came out of nowhere. I was just messing around on the guitar, and it came out of my fingers. That's all I can say. I just started playing, messed around with a couple chords, and I had a couple like little parts that I worked on before, or that I kind of wrote, kind of riffage, and but then it just all came together, and I wrote that in about 15 minutes. And we're going with the Brut Splash. So yeah, that song came out of nowhere. And I remember my wife was actually home that day, and she was over sitting on the couch on her phone, and I was playing guitar, plugged in for a change. I play a lot unplugged. But I was playing plugged in at that moment, and I looked over at her and I said, geez, I think I have a song there. And she's like, yeah, no, it actually sounded pretty good. So that was that. But yeah, so let me know if you guys would like another tune. I have one ready to go. So if you guys like the sound of that, I'll do that on Saturday. That'll be Saturday's shave video. So let me know. The other ones are rocker. That's the other thing when I get back to like, that's the part I'm really trying to mull over in my head when I get back to the, you know, a different amp plus an overdrive pedal. Is some of my songs, my older stuff, has full-on distortion, but I'm not really writing that way. I guess I would have to try and play my older stuff with just with a softer overdrive. Anyway, that's for me to mull over. But anyway, that's the shave, my contribution to Fernboi Squad. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. And that is it for me. So until the next one, be safe, be kind to one another. Most importantly, have a great day. Even better, shave. Excuse me, and we'll catch you on Saturday and possibly for some music. So ciao, peace out, and I love yous. See ya.